Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays Slay the Spire. I'm gonna do another daily today, even though I saw on Twitter. Stop this. All enemies start with +3 strength. Stop this. Hold up. You see this? Let me make it a little bigger for you. You see this? Hold up, it's not big enough yet. Do you see this right here? Stop this. All enemies start with +3 strength. No, that's a bad game. You don't do that. Whenever you defeat a boss, become cursed. I can live with it. The map only shows question marks. I can live with it. This one I cannot abide. No, that's a bad Slay the Spire. Heirloom seems good. Better than starting with 2 random colorless cards. Anyway, why are we doing the daily if we hate it so much? First off, it's going to take me a second here to resize this. It provided me with a good opportunity to make a joke at the game's expense right off the bat. Secondarily, I think it is making me a better player. And there's still some novelty. You said the word. There's still some novelty with the daily challenges. I'm having fun with them because they're difficult in unique ways. But we're going to try. The silent enemies have +3 strength. We begin, I saw on the subreddit, the Slay the Spire subreddit, we begin with Mango, I think. Yeah, so we get +14 HP. So that's actually a pretty nice ability to have in a situation where enemies start with +3 strength. And we got all question marks. I don't know what we're going to do about that, but we're going to try to hit as many, I guess, nodes as possible. I don't know if nodes are less likely to be combat. And we have the basic silent deck, which means we're actually, I don't want to say we're screwed, but as compared to the previous runs, yes, having more max HP is good. And, I mean, that allows us to heal up more when we rest. It allows us, I mean, we're actually going to heal when we finish a boss fight now, which is awesome as well. But by not having any augmentations to this deck, we are in a bad spot because we don't have any, like, game-breaking bomb cards yet. Neutralize and 3 strikes, please. You're so close to making me the happiest man in the world. Okay, 2 strikes next turn and you're dead. I would rather get a curse at the end of every floor than heal for 0 at the end of every floor, which is what we were dealing with the past 2 days. So I think that that's a little bit of a blessing. It's a tough call. Do you like poison stab and you just attrition the enemy down? Or do you like cloak and dagger and you get some extra block? I think that Poison Stab, in my mind, is good because it allows us to play more blocks. Cloak and Dagger also good, but when we play against enemies that buff their own strength, and we saw this yesterday on the boss fight on the first floor, if we play against an enemy that buffs his own strength, we gotta kill him before he kills us, because once he gets 10 strength up, there's nothing we can do. And the 4 damage from Shiv I don't think is gonna do it, but is the 3 damage from Poison Stab gonna do it? I think if we can chain that into a Catalyst and a Noxious Fumes, you know, who knows. Pen Nib. I'm not going to say that it's like a world-changing card, but I'm okay with it to start with. We really, really want good cards. I think Blur is a good card. I think Draw and Discard for Tools of the Trade is a good card. Dark Shackles. Enemy loses 9 strength for the rest of this turn, and then it gets exhausted. It's a 0-cost card. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna try it. It's all we've got going for us right now. I don't think I've ever purchased this card before, but it's basically what crushed us. I think this is how we lost our last fight, basically. Our last run. Like, right now, if I played Dark Shackles... Oh, it only works on 1 enemy, so we wouldn't do that. I'm thinking, let me neutralize you. You're doing 9 damage. I think I'll strike, Dark Shackles you. You're still doing 3 damage? Oh, that's right, because it was weaken, not -3 strength. That's fair. I maybe should have gone for the poison, but I'm just gonna block instead to take no damage. I think Dark Shackles is going to save us a lot of damage. The thing is, when it shows up, you don't have to play it if it doesn't make for a good turn, right? So, I'm going to hit you with this, just because we're going to be debuffed. And if it makes us weak, we want him to be in lethal range regardless next time. Yeah, so he's going to be at 12 HP. We're going to need 3 strikes. We didn't get 3 strikes, but he's not attacking. So now we need 1 strike. Actually, we don't. He's dead either way. Might have wasted the poison potion. But I'm alright with this. Good cards. We got to play more attacks as well, which takes us closer to Pen Nib. I do like Choke for top end, and we have a lot of 0-cost cards. I think I can justify it. Well, we have 2 0-cost cards, but out of 15 cards, that's pretty good, I think. I think we go for it. I think we continue. Okay, we got Ornamental Fan. 3 attacks give you 4 block. These are decent relics so far. Oh, it's a champion. Could be great. Could be great. We might as well neutralize. Stab. Oh, Pen Nib. Yeah, 10... We might as well use Pen Nib with Strike, which does more damage. It's not like it doubles the poison damage, so... We're gonna take some hits on this guy, so we're gonna really desire hitting a campfire at some point. But no guarantees, you know, because we don't know what anything looks like. Dark Shackles will make you grow stronger, but it saves us 9 damage. I honestly don't think we block. If I play Survivor, you're gonna go to -2 strength. You're gonna deal 12 damage. I'm gonna take 4. But I'm also gonna take 2 on every subsequent turn. That adds up to 10 really, really quickly. And we can't get Ornamental Fan to work for us here, so I think we're just gonna pass turn. Mathematically, I think we were past the break-even point for a block making any sense there, so... we can't play 3 attacks. I really wanted to draw Neutralize. I think we Choke and then Poison Stab. And recognize that we're going to get hit like crazy on this turn, but this should be the last turn we get hit on. Hopefully we get a Campfire, and hopefully we get a Dynamite Relic. You're dead. Okay, they could have gone worse, honestly. Paper Crane. Enemies with weak deal 50% less damage. We gotta take Terror. Enables us to kill an enemy so much faster. Oh, thank God. Okay, so we're gonna rest. We're back up to 68 HP. We would probably like to rest again before the boss fight. It's another shop. Dude, I want to get Apotheosis. Now we have to think. Is Noxious Fumes the right call? It's a great card, but we aren't really running an untanky deck right now. Sorry, what I mean to say is we're not really running a tanky deck. But this will kill enemies over time, and I think... I also think that Bane sort of fits if we get Noxious, but we can't afford both. We could always remove a strike. I think Noxious for some guaranteed damage and crowd control. I might be wrong. Oh my God. Or a Chalcum, which I know is not pronounced right, but dude, we're getting 10 out of 10 relics so far. I think that my reasoning at least makes sense to me. We should be able to kill an enemy. I can't believe we only have 1 attack. Dark Shackles on you. 1 damage. I think... Well, you're already dealing... Why are you dealing 12 damage? Pen Nib. You fool. It'll still work. I mean, we could just block twice as well, but... It did not work, you idiot. That being said, we did block everything, but yeah, that's a good example of why in Slay the Spire, you should always do the math. We could have hit this guy and gotten his armor out of the way. Instead, he's going to get to attack for 10 if we want him to. So a block strike is possible here. Man, our life would have been so much easier. I think you just strike. And that is, I did the math that time. That's enough to kill you. You're gonna get strength, which is literally irrelevant because you have 1 HP. A little overkill, but hey, makes up for our mistakes there. Backflip, dagger throw, footwork. we're making our poison... We don't really have a poison synergy. We're making our poison cards less likely to show up, but I do kind of like the idea of backflip, but footwork is kind of like it's a guaranteed take. Oh my god. This is too many shops. I never thought I'd see the day. Our deck's getting a little too thick, I think, but I do like applying weak and gaining block. Do I like it enough to dilute the contents of my deck? I don't know, but 12 block and 2 weak is a pretty good deal. You're very lucky, because I can't kill you. Even if I vulnerable you... 999? No, I can literally kill you. So I'm going to, even though it's going to make me vulnerable. I am very bad and stupid, because terror, without being upgraded, costs 1 extra energy. So when it's upgraded, it's free, and that's where my brain was confused. This is a good moment. NL, slow yourself down. This guy's dead, without making you vulnerable. How cool is that? You should be neutralized first, I think. And then I'll shackles you. You're only doing 1 damage. Because we have Orichalcum, we don't need to play anything else, but why not? Good. You know, we learned a valuable lesson. We were playing too fast. We're going to slow down, and we're going to be better now. What's the ideal turn this turn? I mean, footwork leg sweep does a lot of good stuff. Footwork will give us +2 dex. This will give us 14 block, and then we'll get 6 at the end anyway, and this guy's only going to do 14 damage, I think. 9 damage on the weakness, oh my god. Oh, because they deal 50%, right, instead of 75%. Wonderful. 50% less instead of 25% less, I mean. Alright, good stuff. Thank you, Pen Nib. I think we still want backflip. We've been adding not that many defensive cards to our deck. This guy is a problem. So just be smart about it. If we use leg sweep, we'll get 12 block, and he will get... He'll probably lose 4 attacks, so he'll deal 11. So this gives us a free attack, which I think is the best. Yeah. No, I keep doing the math wrong. He loses 50%, you fool. He doesn't lose 25%. The math is easier now. Probably 50% rounding down. Alright, so he's only dealing 7. We have no block, so on this turn, we want to play 3 attacks, and then we won't take any damage. So terror and footwork, I'll see you later. We want to choke, neutralize, strike. Then we get enough block with Orichalcum and Ornamental Fan. Excuse me? Oh, you fool! NL, what's wrong with your brain right now? Orichalcum only works if you have no block. You madman? Okay, I'm making some big time mistakes. This is not one of them, though. That guy's dead. Now let's be smarter. I feel like, even though it slows our deck down, Piercing Wail is going to be good because enemies just have so much strength. We chose poorly. I just want to be at full HP for the boss fight and then get past yesterday. So right now you're dealing 19 damage. That's disgusting. I hate it. We could choose to take 4 damage by killing this guy. Or, if we footwork, backflip will take us to 7. It's not really worth it. This guy's going to debuff us as well. I kind of think, but you're going to get 7 HP. So you need 22 damage to kill you. So it would have to be like Terror, Choke, and then we would take 4 damage and be debuffed. I think that I can live with that. I think I can live with that. Now you're gonna weaken me, I think. It's a supreme bummer. 15 damage, huh? Well, how about 7 damage, actually? And then Pen Nib is available. We definitely do want to strike, although... Yeah, it's probably our best move coming up. So 7 block. we will just play Survivor. That way we take 0, and the poison chain has started. I know I said this yesterday. Sick. We don't need to block this turn. In fact, blocking is bad. Piercing Whale is irrelevant because Orichalcum will work this time. Piercing Whale would be bad because it actually exhausts a potentially useful card from our deck. Alright. Neutralize, you're going to deal 5 damage, which means we don't actually have to block, but we will regardless to keep you weak forever. I said this yesterday, but as of right now, I never expect on a daily challenge to beat the run. I think that that's unreasonable for my current level, especially with 1 positive, 3 negatives. But I don't think we quite have the Catalyst deck anymore, honestly. And with Orichalcum, I think Cloak and Dagger's a little bit worse. We're back up to a good level of HP. I think we have a good chance to fight the Hexaghost and win. What's the key? We want to get a strength reduction card on the Catalyst, or sorry, on the Hexaghost, when the Hexaghost is doing its strongest attack. Right now, this is not great. Like, I think we want a choke Noxious, probably. It gives us a little bit, it starts to poison them. And it gets us closer to Pen Nib, but it's not very good. This is the turn that we're scared of, and already, I can tell you right off the bat, we're a very happy camper. Now you're only dealing 24 damage. Now you're dealing 12 damage. And I think a Footwork Survivor will take us to 10, and it allows us to get Footwork out there. So I'm going to throw this at you. The other alternative would be, like, Footwork Poison Stab, and then use the block potion. And I actually kind of like that. Because it does more damage and gets your poison up a little bit higher. I think I'm going to do that. And now we have Pen Nib for next turn. So this was really just to increment that poison to a slightly higher level. We took no damage against the big attack, which is awesome. Okay, we have to use Terror. We probably use Backflip first. 16, huh? I can't play 3 attacks, so I'm going to stall you. I'm going to choose to take 2 damage. We're going to keep Pen Nib. And we're going to let the poison do its job. 9 damage. Okay, so Leg Sweep gets us around that. And we can't get to 3 attacks. We really got to kill this guy, though. It's becoming an issue. Alright, let's keep him weak. This means next turn we can be way more aggressive about attacking. But I am... Trust me, I'm cognizant of the fact that we gotta kill him a little faster or we're gonna have to live through another great attack. So you probably backflip. And then you would choke. No. We want to play 3 attacks, right? Well, do we care? Because we don't need block this turn. We'd probably rather just neutralize to stack the timing. Not timing, but to stack weakness. And then strike, because it gives us block we don't need, to be fair, but it also increments Pen Nib so it gets closer. It also works with Ornamental Fan, which is unnecessary right now, but at some point in the future, that might prove to be very relevant. 10 damage. I can't play 3 attacks, so I think I will just Survivor, get rid of a Defend, Poison, and hit. No damage really, but the poison increments. Really trying to get him before he gets back around to that 12 o'clock position. Weaken, please. We do have a weaken. We also have a burn. I think you weaken. Like, we only had 12 damage anyway. And then honestly, dump, well, you know what? Well, it doesn't matter. We might as well dump the burn. Because all of our other cards are either too expensive or they're just defends to begin with, so... Who cares? Alright, you're dealing 5 damage, which means we can go all out this turn. Unfortunately, we didn't get enough to go all out with. It's pretty unlikely that we deal 63 damage to you next turn, so I'm very glad that you're weak and only dealing 24 damage yourself. Now I actually have to run the numbers. No, I do not. Because we're only getting 7 block, we might as well play 3 attacks. 8, 9, 10. And one of them will be a double damage attack, so I'm not even going to run the math. We might be able to get there. And we definitely want our double damage attack to be strike. We got close. Either way, we heal at the end of the floor. So we're actually going to live through our first boss here, which is kind of amazing to me. And I got to thank Piercing Wail, Neutralize. We didn't use Dark Shackles, but still, you're dead. Feels good. All right, so this is the first floor done. I would say that already makes this a mildly successful daily. This is a very important decision, although we did just get a curse. Injury, unplayable. Could be worse. Adrenaline is super good. Alchemize used once per deck is pretty good. I think I just love Adrenaline as a card. It's always going to be good when we get it. Alchemize is slow, but otherwise good. You know what? We should really take Astrolabe here. And remove, like, transform Injury and upgrade it. And probably 2 basic strikes. We got... when you transform a curse, you get another curse, huh? While in hand, lose 1 HP when other cards are played. We got a Noxious Plus, which is good. And a Backflip Plus, which is good. Maybe we shouldn't have transformed the curse, but so be it. That's the little trick of the trade I didn't know yet. Alright, second floor with plus strength is where things really start to get extremely difficult. So I think, like, right off the bat, we're looking at this, like... I think we want to leg sweep, which will lower the overall damage to 20. And we've got 12 block. And I really don't want you to take my gold. So I'm going to also hit you. Even though this leads to us taking... Okay, we're taking 19 instead of 20. But it leads to us taking 7 damage. I really would prefer if you didn't take my gold. So I gotta make a decision to be slightly more aggressive. This is an okay turn for Piercing Wail. The only thing I will say is we're already definitely going to play Backflip. So, I mean, they're going to get away with my gold. But I think we Footwork, Backflip, Piercing Wail. So we take no damage. And we now have higher defense forever. Well, for the rest of this combat. You know, I think I'm going to accept these guys are going to take my gold. 34 damage, huh? I wish you wouldn't. So you, I'd like to lower your damage as much as possible. And then you, if I could just lower your damage as well. How are we going to get to 15? Something like this. Well, we're already at 17 now. I'm just telling you straight up. Noxious Fumes is not going to save us here. We might be able to kill one, but I would say prepare for all of the gold that these guys want to essentially be gone. But at least we're not going to eat it too hard in the process. We might recover some gold. And I think we got a backflip into getting a damage card, which we did not get, so we'll just... If we get super lucky, I don't know, choke and all of our 0 energy cards, which I think is just neutralized, we might be able to kill this guy, but... Yeah, we didn't even come close. That was like a war of actual attrition. Straight up, I don't think we play anything, because pain is just gonna make our life worse. So, congratulations, you stole off of a weakened man. And you took 8 HP off me as well, but I don't think we had a line to finish these guys off. I think we, like, prepared decently. Don't quote me on that. Dude... Take 82 gold. These guys are a hard fight most of the time to begin with. So I'll be content with this situation. Drink, remove all curses from your deck. There is an actual god. Because I was just going to say, well, now that we've lost all of our gold, we can't remove that curse. And then in the nick of time, the greatest opportunity ever arose. This is exactly what we needed. Dark Shackles. Oh, thank God. So against this guy, he's already doing no damage. I think we like a choke. And then you're going to say noxious backflip, and you would be right. We got to do poison damage. We got to play a card. And we were looking, like, Terror would have been great to use on him. But we needed something to start whittling him. 21 damage, huh? Well, okay. We will definitely weaken you, which should, well, you know what? Let's do the easy mode. Don't even have to run the numbers. Poison continues to increment, and our weird, tanky garbage deck is actually doing what it needs to do right now. So ideally, we need to keep you as weak as possible. I would really rather not get hit for 1 damage, to be real with you. Especially knowing you're getting poison. It's backflip? Oh, I love it. Okay, stay weak. And then get extra poisoned. And then we're taking no damage. Our ideal line for basically any enemy is we block all the damage, keep them weak as long as possible, and just draw poison. Like, just incrementally stack that poison up. So far, it's doing its thing. I think we just want to, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Like, just keep stacking poison. Sure, there's probably a better way to deal damage to him, but I'm not really concerned about it. He's getting 6 extra poison per turn. You can see in like 4 turns he's going to be in a really difficult spot. Terror is probably good, but I think you look at this and you go backflip, yeah, stack up the weakness. And you know what? Okay, I'll meet you halfway. Terror, Piercing Wail. We apply permanent effects to him. We take no damage in the process. We're probably going to be frailed after this, but yeah. As long as he's weak. If he's weak and I'm frail, perfect situation. And this is actually okay. Pennib's gonna punch through a little. You're dead next turn, and you're taking no damage this turn because of the, you know... Pardon me, by the way. Because of the Orichalcum. You're already dead. You can't do anything. So, like, why are you... I don't know what you're doing. Just die. Somehow, we're still alive here and doing relatively well. I think we could use another Noxious. Why am I singing a song? I think we could use another Noxious because our fights are way too long. Another Noxious. Yeah, another Noxious. 14, huh? Well, seems like as good a time as any to do something like this. Unfortunately, didn't play any powers, but we did buy ourselves a turn of taking no damage, which historically has been pretty important. And you frailed me, which is extremely bad. Pardon me. I think this is a footwork, backflip, shackles, something else run. Turn, I should say. You'll only deal 6 damage. We need attacks, though, if we're gonna make terror work to begin with. Yeah. Something like this. We take no damage. You're now frail. I do worry about these buffs, which is why we really need to get some Noxious out there as soon as possible. Okay, I'll tell you what, I think it's absolutely worth taking 7 damage to start applying 7 poison a turn. Now, ideally, you wouldn't get all 3 Noxious Fumes being drawn on the same turn, but in this situation, it may well be worth it, although they are dealing 30 damage. So step 1 is definitely a neutralize. And then I think we go for our guaranteed draw with energy gain. Then we go for prepared. And we kind of want leg sweep for the weakness on this guy and the block. So I think we're going to get rid If I weaken you, you're going to deal 6 damage. That's 14 damage on the field. I think we want to keep a defend, although we're going to use backflip for certain. So we probably dump defend, actually. And then leg sweep on you. Maybe we should have kept this guy weaker longer, but I think this is how the math works out. So we're taking 2 damage right now. We'll backflip real quick. Now we're taking no damage. Stay weaker longer, please. And then also be poisoned. And then we got 25 block. Oh my god. Not going to break any world records on timing here, in case that's not abundantly clear. Now, I'd really like you to not heal my dude, but, I mean, eventually, if we have to deal 80 damage to him in a single turn, we have to deal 80 damage to him in a single turn. You know how it is? So, he can put up as many shields as he wants. I'm just going to keep stacking up this poison in the hopes of me maybe being able to kill him in, you know, this turn or the next turn. 37, so he's actually at 22, but he's vulnerable. It's possible to deal 22 damage. You know what? It's only going to deal 18. So I'm going to stack up some poison. Oh, you're actually... Never mind. You're dead. My math was incorrect. You're also... I need to deal 23 damage to you. It would be something like this. Well, you're not dead this turn. But dude, we're actually making this run work. At least right now, we're making it work. And I think this is among the best I've ever played in my entire life. So I'm not going to attack you, because I want you to die to poison, because we have our pen nib left over. So we're going to use pen nib, and hopefully be able to have a bit of a decent start, if we get a good attack card. So Bouncing Flask has a lot to like, but I think I'm going to skip it. 3 Noxious Fumes eventually getting out there is enough. And Bouncing Flask is going to take away from our ability to apply weakness and strength reduction, which is so important. So I'll tell you right off the bat here, Dark Shackles is like, it's just beautiful. Now we want to draw Noxious Fumes. Poison Stab sort of works. We drew no Noxious. It makes me so mad. So we'll play Terror, which is fine, and we'll play Footwork, so that future turns are a little easier. We'll do a lot of damage and poison you, and then we'll pass turn. Getting no Noxious in like our first 12 cards is just a heinous situation. But hey, Piercing Wail. Now we probably neutralize first. I don't know if it actually matters. Piercing Wail. You're dealing 3 damage, so we don't actually have to defend. It's better not to defend. And now we're applying 5 poison per turn. And this is really where we start squeezing the life out of any enemy. Mind you, we need to try to keep him weak, which is really where we come in here. I'm going to be honest, I think we drink the Dex Potion, and then we try to draw Leg Sweep, which should be a guarantee. Yeah. I'd love to play Noxious Fumes, but we can wait for it to come around. We'll gain 16 block, and you'll start to deal 12 damage. And as soon as the next turn comes around, we can start to draw Neutralize and Leg Sweep again, and maybe stack up enough weakness to keep you permanently weak, in which case the poison is going to eat you. 16 damage. Easy. We're going to Leg Sweep defend. Well, we don't need to defend. We'll Leg Sweep attack then. I forgot because we took 2 Dex... Well, we have Footwork and then a Dex Potion. Leg Sweep is 16 block instead of 12. So the numbers are on our side. Now you're dealing 20. That's no good. What's so funny? Freaking 2012. Okay. We don't need a basic strike at this point in our lives. We do need a backflip. You need to be neutralized to extend our weakness chain. Might as well go to 21. Are we going to get 3 attacks? No. There you go. How is it possible that on a daily challenge where all the enemies are stronger, somehow I'm playing better? Like, it's the perfect storm of relics, and somehow our deck is also good. Stay weak forever, please. I kind of want to put out this other Noxious, but we might be in choke territory. But for now, I want to block enough to block everything, so... I gotta be real with you. Playing Leg Sweep is a win condition for us. If we play it every time it shows up, we're never going to take damage. I'm too lazy to actually run the numbers on that, but I'm pretty sure that that's true. As long as this guy doesn't gain strength on a permanent basis. So you need 45 damage to be done to you, and I'm not going to get there. You're dealing 24? Like Jack Bauer? How do you feel about that? So you're dead next turn for certain, and we're going to take no damage fighting an elite, which is just in crowd control situations, life is going to be so much worse for us. But in this situation, life is but a freaking dream, dude. So I think we want to play as many attacks as possible before we move on. This way now, he's going to die to poison either way, but we were only 1 away from Pen Nib now, instead of being 3 away, so we can use it faster. At the start of each combat, gain 5 plated armor. That's extremely great. To be honest, I think we can make a flying knee work, probably. It's a good card. It's a shop. Got a level with you. I don't think we need another flying knee. I don't think we need a cloak and dagger, although it does make ornamental fan better. We've hit so many shops without, like, any money. We know we're gonna get a rest before our boss fight. I think... what would be our upgrade? Leg sweep getting 15 block, but more importantly 3 weak. Gaining 1 extra energy from adrenaline. Dark shackles, oh my god. Actually, probably you'd go for piercing whale before that, because that's gonna affect more enemies, which is probably gonna be better for us. Although it... you know, if we have 3 enemies, this gets 6 strength extra reduction. This already gets 6 strength extra reduction. So neutral or adrenaline's usually an easy choice, but I don't know. I kind of feel like leg sweep plus is so good. Footwork is a target. Both noxiouses are targets. I'm gonna go for leg sweep just because it's been so good for us lately. 3 weak makes it a lot easier to keep a single enemy. Regal pillow? Okay. Makes it a lot easier to keep a single enemy perpetually weak, I think. Oh my god, what's the... I'm so worried about running into the birds, but I think I gotta do it. Lose 1, 2, 3, obtain the book. Add a random power card to your hand, it costs 0 till the end of turn. I like it. You! Straight up... I think I can make well-laid plans work, but I also kind of want to buy a block potion because we just got hit for a lot, but I guess 53 HP in the whole scheme of things is not that bad. Just don't make me fight the birds. This guy's also a jerk, but just don't make me fight the birds. Okay, well, we got 2 well-laid plans. We should have played Choke maybe first. Certainly, we have no desire whatsoever to play like a piercing whale. So we definitely want to terrorize this guy and make him easier to kill. We probably want to stack up some poison. We have Pen Nib now. Probably want to hit him with a decent Pen Nib. And then I was like, neutralize? Neutralize does no damage. But there's no reason not to play it. I mean, there's no reason to play it and there's no reason not to play it. It doesn't get exhausted or anything. So we'll keep Piercing Whale. And this is what is great about well-laid plans. We could have kept Choke, I suppose, as well, now that I think about it. But Piercing Whale... being able to keep that around makes our life a lot easier. So right now we'll use Dark Shackles. Now you're dealing 3 damage, which is not very much, in case you're confused. And here's where we're going to start our weakness chain, I think. Even though it seems unnecessary, I'm going to leg sweep you, and I'm going to strike. We're going to keep both of these, because we can. This guy is a real piece of garbage. So if we can get through this without taking any or much damage, I'd be a very happy camper. Right away, if we can't get to 15 block, we've got an easy decision. We're just going to use Piercing Whale. But I'd prefer to get to 15 block. We're not going to get to 15 block because of our frailty. So I think we play this, and then we get a free turn. What do we do with the free turn? Definitely Noxious. We're not taking any damage. In fact, we're gonna... I have to think about it. Gain 5 block at the end of your turn. Losing... Does this ruin Aura Chalcum? Are we gonna take 1 damage from this? I think we might. Well, if we play a backflip, we're definitely gonna lose it. Unless we backflip defend, which actually... It seems so bad, but I think backflip backflip is actually our dream turn. We take no damage, which, again, what I was thinking was that Orichalcum will never pop because plated armor is going to be at 5. So, it was a little more dicey. And again, our win condition is pretty simple. Keep the weakness chain going as long as possible, and then stack up as many noxious fumes as we can. Where we really... Oh, you totally get Orichalcum to work. That's a good lesson to learn. Where we lose is if we ever go up against an enemy that gains strength over time. Eventually, they're probably going to get past me. And that's what scares me. So I think we want a backflip. Oh, leg sweep. Every time. No joke. Essentially, leg sweep buys me 3 turns, because it's leg sweep plus. It buys me 3 turns of free poison damage. So playing leg sweep is like getting, at this point, like, well, at this point it's not even 7. It's like 7 plus 14 plus 21 poison damage. Technically it would be 8 plus 14 plus 26 poison damage, but you get the idea. So I could probably kill you this turn. And I can attack. Deals 13 damage. So it would be something like this. I only need to deal 3 more damage, so we'll just do that. And we'll try to get... We get neutralized or something? No, I was trying to get Pen Nib a little closer. It doesn't matter, though. This guy's done. Dude, I'm a full believer in this somehow, at least as of right now, being our best daily ever. And it's really like a I have no idea how it happened sort of situation. I think our deck's okay. I thought about Poison Stab because, ooh, this could be bad. It's an elite, though, so if we survive, we'll get a relic. But I certainly am not getting my hopes up. So we got Well-Laid Plans for free. We have to play Noxious. It's a win condition. So you are going to get neutralized. And we definitely... This is the absolute 100% #1 situation in which we absolutely play Piercing Wail. This is what it was built for. You're dealing 13 damage. We have to play Noxious. And then I think we defend. We'll take 8 damage and 2 debuffs, but this is how this deck works right now. Oh, because of plated armor, we're going to take 3 damage. Better. If we'd played an attack, we would have taken 2 damage because of plated armor plus Orichalcum. Fair. I have made a mistake. However, my mistake was being faithful to our deck archetype. This deck does not strike. It's a block. So go ahead. We're down to 4 plated armor. That's fine. You're still dealing a lot of damage. I can't help but notice. 10, 10, 11. That's 31 damage. We got 10 block if we get no block. Probably we dump this. I really, genuinely believe this is probably like a Terror Noxious. We're going to get to 10 block. We're going to take 21 damage. But now these enemies are all on the clock. And plus, why would I want to attack when I'm weak? That seems like a terrible play. If we survive, which is a big if, admittedly, but if we survive, Regal Pillow will help us for the boss fight. Dexterity, defense. We're still going to take some damage here, but we're on the clock now. Yeah, we're going to take 5 damage, and our plated armor continues to get worse, but all of these enemies are starting to eat it. Next turn, we can't attack. Please, God, give me a neutralize. And a leg sweep. Okay, we didn't get neutralize. We've already used neutralize. Okay, adrenaline. Well-laid plans. Backflip is guaranteed to give us a backflip. Who do we want to weaken? Definitely the strongest enemy, so that would be, or the one who's attacking for the most. 17. We're only taking 11 damage. We're taking 0 damage now, which is amazing, don't get me wrong. We can't attack this turn. I don't think we want a backflip, honestly. Save your backflip and your poison stab for next turn. And they're all getting whittled, dude. So we're praying for an incredible relic to come out of this situation. Being vulnerable is a terrible debuff here. But we got some good cards. You, if I neutralize you, you will die. That's fantastic news. Then, I will leg sweep you. All of a sudden, you're dealing 14 damage and I got 17 block. I win, you lose. Okay? This is what happens when you put the base mode in the game, and the base mode's pretty hard, and then you put Ascension mode in the game, and it's made for masochists, and then the daily challenges are like, oh, you haven't had low enough self-esteem lately? Hey, here's the daily challenge for you. This is what you get. I'm not actually mad at the developers. I'm enjoying the fact that I seem to be getting better at the game. I just wish they made it a little easier so I didn't have to ascend to 200 IQ Super Saiyan streamer level here to get past the second freaking floor. Mind you, I still took like 40 damage on this fight, but I think, as ridiculous as this sounds, we're one away from pen nibs, so. As ridiculous as this sounds, I think this is the best way that we ever could have done it. I think this is the optimum solution. I might be wrong, but I think it's the optimum solution. Kunai. Play 3 attacks in a turn, gain a dex. It's tough because we don't attack that much. So I'm going to add a cloak and dagger here. Please no combat. It's another useless shop. Slice does fit there. Just as a way to enable Ornamental Fan and Kunai. I think we'll try it, even though we got a thick deck already. Alright, so this is going to be a heal. We heal for 25 plus 15, so we're going to be at 64 HP. It's not bad, but I would imagine this is probably where the run's going to end. We're against Sword Lord. He doesn't summon other enemies, which is great news for us. All we got to do, admittedly, our debuff situation is not amazing here. Infinite Blades seems good. Our debuff situation is not great here because he's going to purge the poison. So I think, but we can still get a weakness chain, and that's what we're going for. So I think you start with a leg sweep. He's dealing not enough damage. We've already played a well-laid plan, so I think we play a Noxious, and then we pass turn and hold a Noxious. That way we can start to get the poison rolling as fast as possible. We still have Pen Nib, hilariously. So I think 100% I want to play Noxious. We are frail, which is bad. I'm just looking at it, can we like play 3 attacks? Start here, I think. Maybe we should have played Choke first, but we gotta focus. We're not really that kind of deck. Shiv is free, Strike is free, Choke is another attack. That would give us 4 block, 1 extra dex. Then we would, I guess we'll start. I think I'm okay taking a little damage to make this happen. Be something like Choke for double damage, which is mainly why I was for it. Shiv. Well, no, now we should prepare it first. We're just going to dump a basic defend. I think we're going to choose to take more damage on this turn because we're already going to block for 11. We do lose 1 plated armor forever, but I can live with it, I think. Shiv ya. Strike ya. And that gives us our 3rd attack. So we're not going to actually get 11 block, but it gives us 1 dex permanently, which is, I think, more important. And then footwork for the extra dex. We're going to get 9 block, and we're going to take 4 damage, but that gives us 1 extra dex up, which I think is more than worth it. Now we actually do have a defense. Now that we have Kunai, we have a defense to enemies that get stronger. If we gain no block, we already block for enough. So we want to stack dex here if possible. We want to neutralize you. We definitely want a Noxious. We want to Shiv ya. Let's play Noxious just so I don't forget. Flying Knee, we have to play it. Strictly better than Strike. We get 4 block. We're up to 8 block now, which is not quite enough. And I'd like it to be enough so we don't lose plated armor, so I'll throw a backflip in. And then we get to store one of the cards anyway. We'll store Terror, which I think is... It's bad because he's going to purge his debuffs eventually, but it might be worth it. So we're vulnerable, which is bad, but we have 4 decks up, which is amazing. And we get some free attacks here. So it's certainly, like, Slice, Shiv... I think... I think I might hold Terror, as ridiculous as it sounds. No, we should play it. Yeah, we should have played it earlier, obviously, but... There we go, 4 block. Doesn't really matter what we play. We're gonna end turn and store Dark Shackles. I think our last card is no, I actually thought it was Well-Laid Plans. Oh, we don't have 2 Well-Laid Plans. We only have 1, and we drew it on the first turn, which I thought came from, the Enchiridion, but that actually came from, that gave us Infinite Blades. That's right. Okay. So you're doing something else. You're probably gaining strength. So, you know, I think one good turn deserves another. Pen Nib. So you go Flying Knee. Shiv. Another Dex upgrade. Backflip to try to draw 0-cost cards. That's okay. We didn't get them. Well, Cloak and Dagger. Yeah. And then we won't play Shiv, we'll store it. Oh, we only get to store 1 card. That was stupid. If we stored 2, I was gonna store Shiv to make it easier to get Dex next turn, but we probably should have just played it. We got this guy on the ropes, though. Okay, he's dealing 22 damage, so what? And we were holding a card that negates that to begin with. The only question is whether or not we want to. What is a block worth now? It's worth 11. Well, so 2 blocks saves me. And this is with me being vulnerable. We can poison you. We'll stab you anyway. And we'll keep Dark Shackles, because I'm just worried about, like, the possibility of there being a Hyper Beam or something like that at some point. Some kind of attack that we are going to find it hard to block through, even with 6 decks up and growing. So this is a turn where, if possible, we want to just hit him as hard as we can. 3 attacks. I think we want like a Choke, Shiv, Neutralize, extra Dex, Strike, and pass turn. Store Dark Shackles. He's probably gonna purge his debuffs this turn. Nope, still not. He does have Plated Armor now, but we kind of just punched through that anyway. He's not doing any damage. We should first off get extra Dex. For free. We wasted Pen Nib, which is stupid, but it's not that big of a deal. Then I think we should keep the weakness chain going, even though we don't need the block. Just keep him weak for 4 turns. Unless he's about to just purge that debuff, which would be a sincere bummer, but I'm going to make him do it. I'm not going to give it to him for free. Yeah, okay, so he's purging that 4 weakness debuff, which sucks. But hey, we still got enemy loses 9 strength. Yeah, it seems like a good turn to use it on because it saves 27 damage. Give me a prepared real quick. And I think we're going to dump a Shiv. It just seems like it's unlikely to get used this turn for whatever reason. You're dealing 39 damage, which is still a lot. Never mind. No, it isn't. We blocked through it easily. And we're just going to store Shiv to make our next turn even easier. This is such a tactical game right now. I'm so ready. Now, he is dealing a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. The poison will eventually get him. Piercing Wail is kind of bad now. It's good on multiple attacks, but why would we ever spend 1 energy to block an attack? Or sorry, to block 6 damage when we could spend 1 energy to gain 13 damage, to save 13 damage and draw some cards, right? So, right off the bat, I'm looking at this, I'll tell you straight up. You do Cloak and Dagger next, because then you get 3 of these bad boys. Now we got 9 dexterity up and 31 block. What do you do next? Probably hit him with a Flying Knee, honestly. Yeah. Save the backflip. 17 block. I think we, as ridiculous as it sounds, we might win today's daily challenge. Now, I would like to occasionally have some attacks. And there we go. Got an extra dex out of it anyway. Really trying to weaken this dude? Pen Nib for next turn. I'd really like to have some more attacks, but I can't deny when everything starts rolling on this train here, it's tough to stop us. This dude's not even weak, and he's dealing 23 damage, which is like a block plus plated armor. It's nothing. Similarly, right now I'm like, I don't even want to run the math. I just want to hit you this many times, and then I'm like, maybe I'll just hit you again. and then I'll run a little backflip action, and I'll hit you with this neutralize, and like you got nothing. It's honestly at this point just kind of sad that we just fought the second floor boss, and it took us half an hour to kill him, but you know, he didn't do anything. What do you mean, face my wrath? Oh no, you're dealing 90 damage. I'm so scared. Never mind. Actually, you're dead. Wow. Alright. Really, to be fair, Wraith Form is a good card because we play a lot of skills, but I don't think it's necessary in this deck, and it's too slow in a deck in which we already have to play 3 Noxious Fumes to really get started. I think we're just going to prefer Burst, which is more universally useful, and honestly, you got to go Black Star. No, sorry. I thought Black Star gave us extra energy. You're gonna think I'm crazy, and I might be. But since we gain Dex, I think we can actually deal with enemies having extra HP. It's either that or Runic Dome, but Runic Dome doesn't, you know, knowledge is power. Give enemies +5 strength, see if I care. It's worth them having a little extra strength to give me a little extra energy. Now, these guys are going to hit like a freaking truck, but that's okay. So I just want you to die. 663 will not kill you, now that I think about it. You're dealing 14 damage. Well, if we're going to start by neutralizing you, you got 7. We're already safe if we don't block. Might as well... Yeah, this will be our 3rd attack. And we'll still have enough block, so we can do this. That's fine. And then we'll end turn. I mean, I guess we might as well burst defend, but burst doesn't get exhausted, so... The idea is, especially now that we've upped enemy strength, we need to up our own decks every turn. Every turn that it's available, at least. I totally forgot we had Caltrops there. We have to up our decks every single turn. This is a good Piercing Whale turn, because we haven't gotten our enablers out yet. 28 damage. So I think you definitely start with a backflip. I love it. I love everything about it. It's going to be 18 damage now, and we're going to have 25... Well, we're going to have 30 block, really. And then we're going to definitely save Noxious for our next turn. They are going to start to put burns in our deck, which is why we need our own damage out there. ASAP. Alright. 30 damage? Are you kidding me? Well, you gotta die. That settles it. You're gonna hit me, I think. Yeah, you're gonna hit me good. I was like, Terror takes you to... Well, is it the end of my turn? At the start of your turn, okay. Yeah, I say that every time. What do we not play? I think we definitely want to get Noxious out, but it might be better next turn. But we're not going to vulnerable this guy, come on. You can vulnerable this guy next turn. I can't kill him. If I make him vulnerable, he's going to take 8, and then 3 for attacking me, but it wastes the terror. So I think it's, I think you do this. Believe you me, I'm upset with this turn, because we end up taking 19 damage. But, oh, there's not really a good but, except for the fact that I'm happy to be through with that situation. Right, we got another curse recently. I hate it. I think we're going to take another... No, we're going to block everything on this turn, which is nice. Noxious. Go ahead, do 1 damage to me, see if I care. I'm not going to play this, because I don't want to lose 1 HP for playing it. We'll just end turn, keep Dark Shackles instead. But now, yeah, with Plated Armor and Orichalcum, we're in an okay spot here. This is a much, much more difficult fight than we had on previous floors, but that's potentially okay. You're dealing 16 damage, so I think right away, take you down to 14. We've gained 3 decks only, which is pretty bad. Let's start with Adrenaline. We should have backflipped maybe to try to drop Burst, but... And I know you're like, play Choke first. You're probably right. You only need to take 5 damage. If you take 12 damage, you're dead. Okay, so that's a decent start. Then we get Pen Nib. Nobody's gonna love this turn. I'm telling you that, but hit you with something like this. Oh, right. Wait. That was Choke. Okay, so you're dead now. 14. We want to play 1 attack. That's going to give us the dex bonus. And we'll play Backflip. We do take damage from the burn, but otherwise we're okay. Alright, so they're dead. They don't know it yet, and we took some damage in the process, but these guys are completely deceased. They will not survive. They can't. The numbers are untenable for them now, I think. We might as well burst prepared. And we don't need a survivor. And we don't need... Okay, we don't need a survivor. And we don't need to defend. So we'll play a backflip real quick. I like it better. We get a flying knee. We get a slice. We get a strike. We got a permanent dex bonus. And we get more energy next turn. He's possibly in striking distance. And we're taking no damage so far this turn, so I think we just go crazy on him. If we can kill him. If we can't kill him, we probably don't. You're gonna die. You're not gonna die next turn. You need to take 1 damage. If I play 3 attacks, I'm gonna be in a bad spot. So I think, honestly, I might as well hit you there. Then you're only dealing 4 damage. And we'll do something like this. This. I want to keep you weak because you're the only one that can hurt me. There you go. He probably would have been dead anyway because of the poison and the caltrops, but so be it. Now this guy's in striking range. Come on. Come on. Well, luckily this guy's dead because I'm going to end my turn without playing anything. Just so I don't take damage from pain. Instead, I took damage from burn, so obviously I should have done the math on that, but I thought I was being intelligent. Either way, that was like a 10-minute fight to open this floor. We might as well get Pen Nib closer to use. And then end turn. Doesn't matter. Okay. So we got a much more dangerous start than usual, but that's because of the Philosopher's Stone, I think. I'd love Dagger Spray. I really do. And I think we need better multi-target options, so I'm going to take it. You aren't necessarily a problem if I can get like an early weakness. Oh my god, with this unplay. Okay, so you start with Prepared. And you dump Pain. Then you play After Image. We've already got 10 block. So we play Noxious. We play Footwork. We play Defend. And now we got 15 blocks, so we hit you. Okay. This guy's already lost. We had a good enough first turn that he's already dead. I know it doesn't necessarily look like that now, but, I mean, check it out. Oh, he's doing 18 damage. Now he's doing 0. Well, that's not true. Because of After Image, we actually need to play more cards, but... I mean, it's still very easy, something like that. We just play out our hand in a slightly specific order. He's still super dead. Now, I did notice that against the boss, we were fighting the Awakened one. I think right now I would not give us a good chance to kill the Awakened one. But things change, you know? It shackles you. Fumes you. We might as well, again, play everything. And there you go. Taking no damage. Taking 1 damage, which loses us a plated armor, but that's not bad. Really, I think our ability to get to the boss depends on our ability to accidentally hit campfires on the way. Oh, I love it. I love everything about it forever. You're weak for 6 turns, and I have 58 block. We're keeping a slice to make it easy for us to get extra dex next turn, even though it probably is unnecessary. He's dead. He's very, very dead. I didn't even notice this guy's gaining strength every turn. Wow, you must be some kind of genius. I don't want this to kill you. Whatever I do is going to kill you. Okay, well, in that case, we'll do it just to get us closer to Pen Nib working. And dude, we're taking Cloak and Dagger because it makes enabling Ornamental Fan It makes enabling ornamental fans so much easier. I still think we like After Image. Not just ornamental fan, but kunai as well. Piercing Wail is not going to hit you, which is a problem. We definitely... Noxious Fumes gets through your armor pretty fast. Like, gets through your artifact, I should say, pretty fast. So we'll start there. And then we got the 16 block we want to take care of on this turn. And I've done no attacks. Dagger Spray Strike won't get me there, so we'll start here and hope for a 0 energy attack. Didn't get a 0 energy attack, but we did get prepared. Prepared means we take no damage this turn, and these guys start to get chewed up. Do I like it? I think I like it. We're already taking no damage from you, so I'm going to use weakness on you. Because I think you're more likely to attack next turn. And you're probably going to do something else. Again, our whole deck is situated and predicated around, like, being able to play our game. So, definitely Noxious. Almost certainly Backflip. I think you throw in another Noxious. We're not going to get to 15 block, and I can't make you lose any strength, so we're resigned to take damage. I could play this to get 1 block, but that seems terrible. We're going to take 1 damage. Not that bad considering the speed at which we're going to start to punch through all the enemies here, hopefully. I hate getting these dazes in my deck, but I think we're going to make it through this fight just fine. I would love to see, and it clearly did not happen, a way to lower the strength of that guy at the back. He's going to hit us for 26. Well, he's going to hit us for 20. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately. I think you want to probably... Can I kill you? It would be 12 plus 6 because of the plus 2 from plus 3 from choke. So it would be 12 plus 8 plus another 3. 23. That's just enough to kill you if my math's right. We can always play burst for nothing if we have to. Yeah, okay, so he's legally destroyed here. We don't need to play anything else. Because of After Image, we're actually going to take 23 instead of 20 damage, but I didn't see another outlet for us there. And at least his debuffs are going to be purged now, so if we get weakness, we can keep him down. We didn't get weakness, which sucks really badly, but it's alright. Cloak and Dagger, 2 shivs. That's right, that's right. We did kind of waste Pen Nib, but there we go. He can't damage us anymore, realistically speaking. The dazes are actually out of control. And he's going to deal another 20. Well, he's going to deal another 19, which is really, really bad. But we're almost... I just said he can't hurt us, but that was before I realized that apparently 90% of our deck is dazes right now. We're on the clock. We only need to play two cards to get through them. Actually, we need to play 0. But let's get Pen Nib as close as possible. There we go. I honestly think, like, we got bad draws there. That's not the only reason we're in this dangerous situation. Another reason is because enemies have +5 strength. But, I think bad draws were part of it there. I swear to God. One day, you will be useful. I absolutely think a second leg sweep completely works in this deck. We've never played leg sweep and been mad about it. This is probably where we lose, but if we get some really good draw, we can pull it out. Wraith form for free is amazing if we live. And that's looking highly suspect. Backflip, I think, is our best card, although leg sweep gives us 20 block. It's 12, plus it takes 8 off of this guy. So I think you essentially can't not play that. Now we have 25, and we're taking 34 damage. Give me a backflip real quick. And then... you definitely play a skill. How much damage? 34? But it's not actually 34, is it? It's 29. So if we play Survivor, we're only going to take 1 damage. And we enabled most of our good stuff. And we only took 1 damage on a turn in which these guys have +5 strength and they're going out of control right out of the gate. So I'm okay with it, I think. Right off the bat, I'll tell you straight up, definitely want to leg sweep that guy. Apply a weakness that lasts a long time. With 2 remaining turns, you play footwork and you poison stab somebody. Let's go on that guy again. We can't store anything. Believe you me, we would love to store Piercing Wail. That's a potential game-saving situation. Could save you from 24 damage if you get a 6 times 2, 6, 6 or something. It would save us from more than 24 damage, potentially. Right off the bat. You look at this and you're like, oh no. It's going to be tough. You like it prepared, and you're just going to dump choke, unfortunately. How are we going to get there? So we have 11 block, and you're dealing 30 damage. We need to get 19 block. 877 is 22. Please stop hitting the enemies that have blocks, clearly. 28 plus 12, 33. Well, I'm not interrupting anybody, but 33. We're going to take like 7 damage here. We're super on the clock, and the fact that we couldn't play Noxious Fumes might mean that we're dead. They're not all attacking, so we have a chance. Something like, you gotta play Well-Laid Plants. You play Neutralize, that takes off 12 damage. Defend is 7 block, which will take us to 10 block. You're dealing 24. I don't want to, but we have to. We shouldn't have used it on you. Should have used it on you, for sure. That was actually a big misplay. 15. We're literally just going to die. Yeah, we're gonna die. And we deserve it in the sense that we should have played Dark Shackles on you. I saw the bigger number, and I tunnel visioned. I'm still so happy with today's daily. I think we did a great job. Eventually got beaten down by it, but there's so many plays on today's daily I'm proud of. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. This daily was okay.